So if you don't volunteer,
where are you getting the experience?
It is very hard to get experience, and the experience is a requirement. I was too selective. I was just choosing those who are from rich families. Up to now, I know they don't know why.
It's a new episode. Again, it's Alumni Show. Olivier, the networking and event chair for YALI, Legend Leadership Center, East Africa, Alumni Chapter of Rwanda. Again, we are visiting our alumni, one of the amazing alumni here in Rwanda who is making a good impact in the community. Because again, we are here to support, to empower the community, because the community is where we belong. Guess what? Who are we with?
My name is Shims Olivier. I'm Rwandan, of course, YALI Alumni, cohort 49, track civic leadership.
Tell us about your background and how you joined YALI. What motivated you to join YALI?
Thank you very much. My background, first of all, I started my studies doing science in my high school, but after completing my high school, it seems science was out of my mind. Then I started to love something about peace.
Yes.
And then that comes in my university. I did bachelor's in peace building and development. So this was the key inspiration for me to apply for YALI, because I was very much focused and interested in community engagement. And then I applied like 2 times, and the third times I was selected.
How was your journey in the training of YALI program?
The training was interesting and exciting, but at the same time very intense. To the extent that sometimes we need to leave the lunch and you learn, but it was very so much educative, informative, in particular reflecting to the philosophy, Africa is my business.
Africa is my business.
So that touched my soul, considering how Africa is developing. So I was very inspired by that quote. So that's why, like, I didn't see anything as pressure, but I was like, okay, if it is my business, then I have to wake up.
Do you have a business?
No, I don't have business, but as I know, people say that business, if you have business, that is where your life is. So that means even Africa, if we consider our continent like as our business, we cannot accept it to fail, or we work hard for its development.
For its development. Thank you so much. So, Olivier, what do you do now?
So by now, I'm of course very recently graduated in peace and conflict studies. So I belong to different platforms of youth, where I do kind of different activities, especially volunteering myself, sharing the skills I know about peace building, and different skills as well in the community engagement. Maybe if I can talk to this platform, one of them is Never Again Rwanda Volunteers. So as a volunteer, I'm even vice president. So we do different activities where, like, we conduct training, critical thinking training, non-violence communication, just to inspire youth the culture of peace.
The culture of peace.
Yeah, another platform, I'm also founder of, let me call it, initiative called Icheza Family.
Icheza Family.
Yeah, it's a community-based organization which is aiming to support kids who are born in vulnerable families, and also those from conflicting families in Gicumbi district. So what basically we do advocacy, we provide school materials for these kids, and we also mentor, provide conflict resolution training to these parents, because some of them, they have background of conflict. Yeah, step by step. I now celebrate that we have some achievement, and we are looking forward to keep engaging ourselves.
That's nice. You said about volunteering and you're a volunteer. What could you tell about volunteering? Is it a good things to do as a young people? Because I used to hear people complaining that I can't volunteer, there's no money, there's nothing, and at the end of the time we need to survive. How do you survive as a volunteer? Do you advise young people to start as volunteers, or could you advise someone to be a volunteer?
Yeah, volunteering is very nice, but of course it's require us youth to position ourselves and to come with purpose. Why are you volunteering? Because in some context you might be volunteering, or maybe it's lead to exploitation. But if you are strategically with your purpose, you know why you are volunteering. Of course, while volunteering you get more new skills, you get many new connections. And from my experience, I start as a volunteer of Never Again Rwanda and other different platforms. But so far it has been benefiting different things, be it skills, be it connection, be it opportunities, sharing from this volunteering. Yeah, of course, in the meantime, or you might have some challenges where you see, oh, maybe do they give something? Do they plan to give something?
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, that impression comes in mind as a human being, because whatever we are doing, I believe that we are not eating what we are doing.
Yes.
So if we are doing peace, we are not eating peace.
Yes.
So we need something. So in this volunteering spirit, sometimes you get different connection where some institution might even prefer to give you some incentive, for example, or they orient you to different opportunities that you can benefit something.
Yes.
But I find it's a problem, like considering Rwanda, where youth, we have high rate of unemployment. So, and one of the most requirement that the youth are being asked is experience.
Yes.
So if you don't volunteer,
where are you getting
so
the experience?
it is very hard to get experience, and the experience is requirement.
Yes.
So it means that at least, it means to me, youth does not have even a choice to not volunteer if they are looking for experience.
That's
so
a
they
good
might
point.
they might need volunteering. But of course, I think we also have to, it would be like my recommendation that private sectors or different institutions, they can also have this spirit of engaging young people in volunteering spirit, and sometimes maybe consider like incentives, so that it can motivate them. Because I don't blame some of my colleagues who think that who don't believe in volunteering, because sometimes, of course, you are volunteering, but you need something.
Yes.
So that's why I'm advocating that civil society organization or private sectors or government stations. So if you have volunteer, maybe it is good to put some incentives or some advantages that can motivate young people to volunteer. Otherwise, we have this big gap where we have many degrees but without experience.
I understand. So let's go back to your initiative. When did you start your initiative?
It started 2019 during COVID-19 when I was just at home. Because my background is that I'm orphan with both parents, but luckily I was supported by one of the guardian. Whom give me a big challenge. So one day I asked him, I told him that I don't have gift that I can give you, and he said that I don't need any gift from you, but if you think I did something good for you, please do it for others. So that's what inspired me. It was just during COVID-19, and I felt, what can I do to impact my community? And I could see my surrounding. We have some kids who can't go to school, who are doing dropout, who just miss notebooks, small notebook. And the problem is that their parents have nothing or what. Most of the problem is mindset and something like that, and conflict affected families. So from that I said, what if I talk to my colleagues to see if we can do something? So it was kind of trying. Then I made WhatsApp group of 30 university students. I was too selective. I was just choosing those who are from rich families. Up to now, I know they don't know why, but I think I was the poor among the team.
You were too strategic.
But the point was, because they are rich, if we say maybe we need to buy notebook of student, it will not be a big deal to them. And then they just accept. We start something as like charity kind of things, giving things. But now things become very systematic. We have to adopt these structures of kind of NGO.
Yes.
So we are just in the process of beginning, but we've been doing great job that I really celebrate.
I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
So one of the success story I can't miss in this interview
I love that, yes.
is that in one of the family where we go, one of the women asked me a big question. She said, yeah, I see that you are supporting this Rito because we take this Rito one from P2 something like that.
Yes.
And then she said, but there is two elder sister of her that who drop out school. They are not studying. So it was very hard to me. Then I just suddenly went to one of the 9 years nearby. I told priest who is heading that school, I begged the priest, and the priest accepted these two ladies to come back to school.
That's nice.
And very recently they were selected. Now they went to boarding school.
Wow.
So it's like that's kind of a advocacy effort.
Yes.
To which maybe I was thinking nothing to do, but something was done. I really celebrate that kind of achievement. And as well, considering my group members, they are also, some of them get discouraged. But like I still have the big team of people whom are very interested that we can do something to the community.
That's nice. So when you started your initiative, was it before you joined YALI program or after?
Before.
Before.
Yeah.
After coming from the program, is there anything changed in your life, in your community, your initiative? Would you like to share with us?
Yeah, there are many things, because in particular, if you remember some of the concepts that we have learned during YALI, like design thinking. So design thinking was very helpful to me, because like I start to analyze, to do kind of deep assessment of what is happening in my community, what could be my intervention. Because before we were just simply doing things like charity things. Okay, maybe let's go to give notebook, we go. Let's give kaunga, things like that. But from YALI, I learned a lot from design thinking and the other courses as a reader. And then even learning from different colleagues who have different brilliant initiatives that they have been presenting. So I get a lot of knowledge and skills about community engagement. So that's even where the idea comes that, okay, maybe we can think that we are no longer kind of charity things, but maybe we need to be very organized and have structures, ask the document, register in the village, things like that.
That's nice. So when you see yourself, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Oh, maybe I didn't make it in the introduction, but I'm very passionate about peace building and development. So I see myself in 5 years as somebody who is contributing a lot to help vulnerable people. In fact, it might be in a different platform. Maybe it can be working in one of the NGO, supporting vulnerable people, or it might be my NGO, or it might be doing consultants, just helping, advocating. Yeah, you see, they say that NGO or those who support others, they are the voice of voiceless.
Yes.
So I see myself doing something for others, because I think I was privileged for so far the achievement I've gone through. So I have to have that mission to support others.
Support others. That's nice. So tell me, if you were about to rate YALI program from 0 to 10, how can you rate it?
I would rate it for 8.
Why?
Because first of all, you can maybe wonder why I didn't say 100%.
That's why I said why.
Yeah. First of all, the program is too intense, and sometimes the period, the youth, I'm too much focused on the methodology. The youth reach there and they are being, I remember we covered a lot of modules in a very short time. So to me, I would maybe prefer, I would love to see in the upcoming cohorts or what, for the methodology, if they engage the youth in different field visits, and but just reducing the content, the cost of content, because the content is yes, is interesting, but again, a lot of assignment day and night and night. Some of the youth, so some it's not the point. It's not the point. The big point is that because I'm very concerned about do no harm, I'm very concerned about the needs of people. I'm very concerned, as I said, I'm passionate peace builder. In fact, this what I'm telling you, I told Dr. Jane. We are just discussing. I told her that she was laughing at me. The man who is saying it is intense, it has to be intense. Then I was telling her, yeah, maybe I understand the philosophy that we need to have this culture of working hard. But again, we need also to consider that we coming up with the conducive environment that can favor people to work, but also learn something practically. So I don't mean it wasn't there, but I would love that to see that could be more kind of visit, or otherwise sitting in front of projector, having all these modules always with all assignments. Sometimes you miss even time to enjoy Nairobi. You have you have a lot of assignment in the night, and so it's just too intense. It's like it's too academic. You might wonder, am I taking masters or what am I taking? So yet it's just programmed to network, to connect, to learn and what. So that's something I would love maybe to see, and hopefully I think they're working on it, because maybe that was part of my recommendation when they give us the other paper to
the survey to
fill. The survey to fill.
So as we close, what advices could you give to the young people out there in the community who want to start their initiative or want to pursue their careers, and they feel like they are confused, they don't know what to do, where to go, where to start? What advices could you give to them that can motivate them, inspire them to proceed?
First of all, as I said, to be confused, there is different things. If you are confused, that means there are some problems. Because you might be strict, maybe saying, okay, I'm going to drive going here to there. So, but if you are confused, that means, luckily, you might be confused with different opportunities or trying different options. But sadly, you might be confused also trying different worse things. So my advice to young people who have this passion, first of all, it is not easy. It's a journey. As I've even said, or you might don't think I'm somebody strong, but we are trying. But I believe if you are passionate about what you are doing and have spirit of hard working. So sadly, we have many youth who have many ideas, who are brilliant, who want to change things, who say they are advocate of different things, but by the end of the day, they are somehow lazy. They just think maybe something will come suddenly, and
which is totally wrong.
Which is totally wrong. And sometimes for me, when I want to challenge myself, I see these people who are very successful. When I read their story from their beginning, I start to say, okay,
I can make it.
I can make it. But when I read their story, I also learned that, okay, it didn't come suddenly. They have worked for it. So some of the young people, then they want something like maybe bread from heaven and take them. So that could be my advice. If you are passionate, you know what you want, you work hard. For Christian, we also add that maybe you can play.
God will help us.
God will help us.
Amen. Thank you so much, Olivier.
The pleasure
it was
is
nice
mine.
to meet you.
I
word.
also celebrate that YALI is doing a lot to help the community through the alumni chapter.
Yes.
Which is grateful to see, not even in Rwanda, but across Africa.
Across the continent. That's nice. One word then we'll close. Only one word you would like to say, maybe to the chapter of Rwanda or to the young people who are watching us, who are looking at you, Olivier.
No,
Only one word.
I think one word is complicated, but I would say peace. Peace to them.
Peace to them.
Peace to them.
That's nice. Thank you. It was nice to meet you.
It's my pleasure.
Peace, as he said. Peace to YALI Alumni, peace to young people out there. And thank you guys for watching this episode. I hope it was so inspiring, so motivating. I was also inspired. You can see the vibe is already here. So don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. And also don't go away. The next episode is on its way. Bye. Peace.